Hey first graders, Miss Olson here. It is our last day of our summer program. You've made it so far, so let's finish strong. We're going to start with our words today. You're going to need your black construction paper and your chalk. Now later on today, you can take your words outside if you have permission from a parent or guardian and practice on the sidewalk. You have to have permission to go outside though. Okay? We're going to practice on our paper. I'm going to write the words with you, and if you run out of room on this page, you can flip it over to the other side. So, with my chalk, I'm going to write the first word, they, T-H-E-Y, they, T-H-E-Y. Remember, if I go too fast for you, I want you to pause it and start whenever you are ready. So our first word was they. Now on the same piece of paper, we're going to write you. Y-O-U. Y-O-U. Now we're going to write saw. S-A-W. Let's make that neater. I'm going to redo that because that was not very neat. Saw. Now I want you to see how I ran out of room here. So I'm going to turn my page over. And I'm going to write my last two words. We have for. F-O-R. F-O-R. And our last word was. W-A-S. Oh. Awesome job with word work. Don't forget, with your chalk, if you have a parent with you or a guardian, maybe later today you can go practice on the sidewalk, but you really need to make sure you have permission. Alright guys, go ahead and put your construction paper and your chalk away for now. And we are going to move on to reading. So please get a visit to the fire station book out. And today we're going to ask and answer questions. When you are reading a story, if you hear something you don't understand, you should ask questions to better understand the story. Okay? We're going to read it today and we're going to ask some questions to ourselves to help us understand the story. Now, we have question words that help us ask questions. What? When, where, why, who, and how. We're going to use some of these words to ask some questions in our story. So I might want to know what the story is about. Where does the story take place? Who is the story about? Things like that. So let's read, and we're going to stop and just ask ourselves some questions. So if you have any questions about our story, I want you to ask them to yourself, and maybe we can answer them using our book. Okay. Turn to page 4. The fire station. A fire station is a fun place to visit. I'm going to stop and ask myself questions so I better understand the story. Trucks and gear. Fire engines have flashing lights and loud horns. Fire engines and other trucks park in the bay. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to ask myself a question. I want to know why fire engines have flashing lights and loud horns. Why do you think they have flashing lights and loud horns? Can you answer that for me? I think they might have that to tell people that there's a fire and they need to get to it quickly. So let's keep reading and see if we can ask some more questions. Some fire trucks carry ladders. Ladders can reach the tops of buildings. I want to know why they carry ladders. Why do they carry ladders? Look in your story. I think they carry ladders because they can reach the tops of buildings with them if there's a fire. Turn to page 10. Firefighters wear coats, helmets, and boots. The heavy gear keeps them safe. Turn the page to 12. Around the fire station. Dispatchers tell firefighters how to get to a fire quickly. Dispatchers listen to radios, look at maps, and answer calls. I'm going to ask myself a question. Who is a dispatcher? From this page, I know a dispatcher is someone that tells a firefighter how to get to a fire quickly. So, who is a dispatcher? They are people that tell firefighters how to get to a fire quickly. Now, this next page, I want you to ask your own question. So, on page 14, let's read it. Firefighters learn in the training room. They hear and see how to use new safety equipment. Use one of these words to ask your own question. I want to know why they learn in the training room. Why do they learn in the training room? Well, on our page it says that they learn in the training room because they need to learn how to use new equipment. So that answers our question. All right, turn the page. I have a question for you here. Firefighters exercise in the dorm during the day. They rest in their beds at night. Why do you think firefighters need to work out and get stronger? Think about that. Look at the page and just think in your brain, why do you think firefighters need to work out and get stronger? Can you tell me the answer? I think they need to work out and get stronger to move things or people during a fire. They have to be strong, that way they can pick people up or move heavy objects away from a fire. So let's finish our story, and if you have any more questions, think of it in your brain. Let's go back to our question words, and this will help you answer some questions. So page 18. Firefighters cook meals in the kitchen. They eat together during breaks. Turn the page. Working together. People at the fire station work together to keep their community safe. So today I showed you how to ask questions while we're reading to better understand the story. So you can always go back to the story and ask yourself some questions and see if you can find the answers. And we answered a question using our brain. Go ahead and put this book up and get your workbook out. We're going to finish writing today. Today we're going to draw and color a picture about our firefighter book. You need to check your writing first, and then we're going to draw. So, I want to make sure I use capital letters. Do I have capital letters at the beginning of each sentence? I think so. So I'm going to put a check mark here. Ooh. I can write my words neatly on the line. Do I have my words neatly on the line in finger spaces? Check yours, do you? If not, pause the video and fix it. I do, so I'm going to put a check mark. So I have them written neatly. I also have spaces between my words. Did I put a period at the end of each of my sentences? I think so, yeah. Check yours. Did you? If not, please add them. If we have 2 sentences, we should have 2 periods. One at the end of each sentence. Put a check mark. Alright, now you get to draw a picture. So I'm just going to draw. I'm going to draw, oh, but you can't see that. A bed. Okay. Not the best drawer, but I'm trying. So if you're not either, that's okay. And I'm going to draw a person sleeping. Shows that they're sleeping. If you're not done with your picture, pause the video and I want you to finish your picture. Make it any way you want to go with your story. The last thing we're going to do today is our self-selected reading. Turn to page 22 of your workbook. Listen to a video of a story on the YouTube channel or read a story out of your box. And I want you to go to day 4, write the title and color in your last board. Or in board number 4. Now I want you to try to read a book over the weekend to complete your last fence post. So over the weekend, if you read a story, write it on day 5 and color your last post. Thank you guys for leveling up this summer. We'll see you next summer.